I have been working my absolute ass off for the past few years to get to this point in my career. With no further ado, I announce to you guys the official HEF Training App. So, the reason and the purpose I'm filming this video today is because I believe that there are so many people in the world that look at what we do on social media as a fitness professional and think that we just fly around the world getting to work out and do all these beautiful things. Well, don't get me wrong, we do get to do that and I'm so grateful for it. However, I have this fear of being known as the chick with red hair that is Insta famous, and that kills me. So I wanted to kind of expose and be super transparent with every single person that's followed this journey, or that is new, because a lot of you guys are new, and show you what it has taken and how much hard work it has taken to get to the point that we're at. So I want to rewind and go all the way back to the first day and the first business adventure that we ever had. Back in 2015, Paolo and I, my husband, we decided that we wanted to open up our own personal group fitness studio. So we did, and we did everything we could, and we figured it all out along the way. We made so many mistakes, but one thing I do know is that we learned from every single one of them, and I did my best to translate that and express that to all of you guys if any of you are gym owners and you're trying to do the same thing. So let's rewind. When we opened up our first facility, it was incredible. We had created this absolutely beautiful community of like-minded people that just came together with one common goal, which was to sweat a lot and to get a kick-ass workout that not only would give us these physical results, but also kind of tap into our mental state of mind and show ourselves that life is shit. Life throws things our way all the time, but this is an opportunity to put all that bullshit aside and focus on you and only you for 1 hour. So this idea of taking fitness into more than a physical, it worked, and our community started to grow, which was amazing. So, with my entrepreneur mindset and my ADD and my unwillingness to sit still, fast forward into January of 2017, I had this absolute desire to try and create the same kind of community that we had created here in Fort Lauderdale in Florida online. So I set out with this goal, and I thought to myself, how can I make my training program that is clearly working, because our gym here in Fort Lauderdale is extremely successful, how can I create that same feeling and that same experience online? So if we rewind back to my very first subscription, which actually still exists right now, it started off with hundreds of iPhone videos that I shot in the gym, on my phone, on a tripod, and I built this exclusive private YouTube database. This was known as the Hannah Eden Fitness daily workout subscription. So it was the exact same program that we had at Pump Fit, Monday through Saturday. Sundays were off, Thursdays were an optional rest day, following the same intervals of high intensity interval training. So I started off with sending out mass emails, right? There was so much manual work that went into it. I had to find emails, cancel each individual person at the date that they wanted to cancel. I had to approve and make sure that every single billing address was correct, that everything went through, and it was a lot of manual work. But point being, I had to start somewhere in order to get to where I am now. Then I had this private Facebook group that went along with this subscription, and that is exactly what happened, and it took a whole new meaning to an online community. This is a private space where people can feel vulnerable, they can feel safe, and they know that they've got nothing but positive support from every single person that is in the HEF tribe, and from myself included. Then things started to kind of pick up, and let's just say that they did a lot better than I had originally thought that they would have. So then I needed to expand my team from just me to bringing someone in to kind of help me. And that is when I brought Megan, the DOA, Director of Awesomeness, onto Hannah Eden Fitness team. She really didn't know what she was doing, and neither did I at the time, but all I did know is that, shit, I'm onto something here and I need some help. I need someone to see what I see and believe in this business just as much as me, because I know that the future is bright if you can just hold on tight and go on this crazy journey with me. I remember having crazy meetings with Megan and talking about these things along the way, and I'm pretty sure she thought I was nuts and still does, but it has shown that through that passion and that trust and understanding that we're both out here for one common goal, which is just to improve this, which means if we improve this, it means we can reach more people around the world and change more lives through fitness. Now, as the subscription was growing, all of this manual work was just not sustainable. So, fast forward a little bit further, we decided to invest some of the money that we had made from the subscription back into the business to improve this online subscription network and how people could access their workouts, make sure that it was a strong and trustworthy site that wouldn't crash on me at any point, because that was another problem that I had. Because this was just an experiment, The volume of people that would head to this site was just so overwhelming that more times out of not, the site would crash when something big would happen. So I knew that this was a huge problem and I needed to deal with it. So I took a huge risk, which was to hire a different company to build this subscription model, but on another level. This is when it was now transferred from an email over to HannahEdenFitness.com. People sign in, they log in, they get their own username and password, they can click on their workouts, they can see their virtual program, and if they aren't sure of what the exercise is, they would simply click on it, it would open up another window, and they'll be able to see me from that exclusive database of the 500 different videos exercising and demonstrating the actual movement. This was great, it was awesome, and it still is, and it's still such a great way to do things. But then I also experimented by releasing these ebooks. These are digital downloads that are 6 to 12, maybe 14 weeks long, and I always attached a challenge to them. This was an awesome way of doing things as well, and I'd leveled up from the video database of all these individual little videos to demonstrations and coaching. So every single workout, every single part has a video where I would demonstrate and explain, today we have 4 rounds for time, we have kettlebell swings. Let's talk about the kettlebell swing, and I'd break down the workout, but then I would say, all right guys, go up there, crush it, and then they'd be on their own. This is such an effective way of doing things, again, but I just knew that I could do more. I knew that my coaching is a huge skill set and a strength of mine, and I needed to figure out a way to get my virtual coaching to the rest of the world. Then, fast forward, as my own personal businesses are growing, other companies started to hire me. And now this is where I really honed in and really discovered a huge strength that I didn't really know that I had before, which was being able to figure it out and not really giving a fuck and being my authentic self in front of camera while delivering high quality, professional video content.
I love that feeling! My whole body is shot. Real time, follow along workouts, but we'll kick ass together. Let's go, you at home! We're in it! Believe in yourself! I believe in you, let's go! No matter where you're at, we've got something for you. Got beginner, intermediate, and advanced. All in the same room.
When I was hired by bodybuilding.com, Men's Health Magazine, Women's Health, iFit, Nordic Track, all of these companies would hire me to stand in front of a camera and do what I do best at, which is coaching. And along with my red hair and my crazy personality, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, just me being me, things are great. And this is the best feedback that I ever had. Now, what does this tell me? I've experimented with all these different ways of doing things. I have a gym, I have an online subscription, I'm releasing these ebooks, and I just knew that this community that I am growing online, they deserve more, because they would go to these different programs or these platforms that these companies would hire me for and get grade A content from follow along real-time workouts from the beginning to the end for these full-length programs or educational videos, whatever it was. So I thought, how can I do this for other companies, but yet I can't do this for my tribe? But I knew that it would be a huge project, and once I set that check mark to say I'm gonna do it, it was something that I had to commit to and stay on top of and provide constant content and constant work forever. It's indefinite, right? So rewind a year and a half ago. Megan and I used to operate HannahEdenFitness.com from a tiny little shoebox office in the back of PumpFit. I think people thought that we had a team of 20 people, and they still do. I have a great team of people, but let me tell you, there are 2 of us on this team that make all this shit happen. On the Hannah Eden Fitness team, then I have a team of awesome coaches over at PumpFit Club, and my killer rockstar husband that runs the show over there. So I really discovered over 2 years ago that I wanted to do this app. However, I wasn't ready. So I needed to do everything in my power to get all the rest of my businesses and all the other things that I've committed to organized and systemized and automated to a point that I could free my space to be able to dive in 100% over at HEF Training. Now, what did that mean? What did I need to do to prepare for this? It wasn't like I had this idea and was all of a sudden like, all right, let's go, let's sign with a company, let's build this app, let's do this, that, and the other. No, I knew that I needed to, A, find a new space. So fast forward, we have this space, but it's an empty shell. The walls are falling down, there's leaks, there's 2 toilets, not a shower, and I sweat a lot, I need to clean. There's no paint on the walls, there's no studio, there's holes everywhere, there's leaks everywhere. So what do? What do? We fucking work, that's what we do. So we put our gloves on, we painted all the walls, we got everything ready, we hired a company to come and break down that extra toilet, made it into a shower, setting ourselves up for success. We decided to create an entire kitchen area because we live at work. We decided to create a hair and makeup area and a wardrobe area because my closet at home was getting way too over the top with workout clothes for all of these new workouts and series that we've been filming. And we also knew that we had to work hard and put our hands in the paint. Now, that didn't happen overnight. We had to save and be smart and really hone in on what we were doing when we were in that tiny little shoebox office in order to prepare for this. So we had to go through shit and figure out how to run a business that was extremely successful while there's blaring music on one side of the room, 18 to 50 fucking 5 people walking in and out of my office every day. I'm getting pulled here, there, and everywhere. I've got a phone call here, a phone call there, a meeting here, I've got a coach here, I've got to fly over there, so any project that I was in the middle of would get kind of interrupted every time I'd leave. So it was almost impossible, but why did I keep going? Because I knew what the end goal was, and I knew that I had to continue working on that crazy, chaotic world in order to pursue the dream of getting to the next step, right? So we did just that. We put the time in, we put the work in, and now we're here. So with no further ado, I'd love to give you guys a little bit of a tour of where we've made ourselves and where we are right now. About this live streaming thing. Remember, this is where it's gonna take place. We totally could have hired a set production team to come in and design the set and help build the walls and the lighting and the paint and the this and the that, but fuck that, man. We don't work this hard all this way to give it away to someone else. This is the kind of stuff that gets me going. We stayed here many nights till 3, 4 a.m. painting those walls, going to Home Depot 8 times a day, cutting wood, painting this, sanding that, putting down rubber floor, literally making the set, which was the 1.0, which was great. But as soon as I was done, I'm like, this is lame. I want to do more. So the next series that we're going to film, we're going to redesign this entire thing. Point being, if you want something, you better work hard to get it. So went back to Home Depot, had this crazy idea. Thankfully, Megan believed in it and saw what I was seeing, even though she had no idea what I was talking about at the beginning. And the vision came to light. So what kind of content is going to be behind the wall? I bet you're wondering, huh? There are full 30-day programs. There are motivational tips. There are motivational talks. There's going to be bodyweight basics, kettlebell basics to add tutorials and education for those of you that are just starting out so that we can make sure that our foundation is tight and we can build upon there. We also wanted to make sure that I did travel workouts for everyone that has to travel on the road, body weight workouts, mini band workouts, time crunch workouts for those of you that say that you don't have time. Listen, I destroyed myself in 5 minutes and then in 10 and then in 15. So if you don't have any time, that's not a good enough excuse. We also wanted to make sure that we did follow along recipes, recovery workouts, warm-ups, cool downs, active recovery stretches, Pump Fit Club online. There's a few different weeks worth of Pump Fit that are available online if you're unable to make it down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have a build week for those of you that are out there trying to gain some muscle. It focuses straight on strength for the entire week. And then we've got our motivational raw talks. Raw talk with Hannah. I get down and dirty with you guys. I get real. I peel off those layers and I really start to let you guys in. My ultimate goal is to provide one space for every single one of you to get exactly what you're looking for. So with no further ado, I cannot wait to introduce you guys to the HEF Training App. Please enter your email, let me know what it is so I can give all of you guys exclusive details, sneak peeks and releases, and exactly when new programs are going to be coming out. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and my biggest message behind this video is to show you guys that there is no secret. All it is consistent hard work, dreaming big ass fucking dreams, and refusing to quit. Find that relentless drive that I know you have in there and go get every single thing that you've dreamed of.